Hello, people. My name is Kale Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what is? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Go Ghana for Coco about 10 years. Kakra. Masaba mo na so biebo ye business na na egu so bo digital business ya wo community mu a chese edom gum asodan kanyame na me kasa Ghana fo ye ndorso ni ade enne kofo tia so mu business ni mu me see ye business ye digital business abia abeko bia betumi arane agese me see woni internet no me say wo paycheck no wo de na so me na so me ntina wo se me nya bibi ka ho na me ho hen ha me asodan kanyame 2 years ni enya nke animu o eti ni ye bo from no missy business way I fear so those of us in the diaspora need to be file tax no ye bro you 1099 now the file tax I fear the file ye bra be me the file ye dio just a profession be our business mu teachers taxi drivers just a me who send your men doctors lawyers bankers obia you hear no gadgets just say would be running business ye less system na mount enti me say registration refundable eti brabehwe say bibi a obetumi aye pe bibi kan wo na wo gina wo number akopɛ so a ebegene wo so otumi gina wo na me no so do won sesi obo na wanka sa otumi manage wade business na be ye wa wo dia a extra source of income me mo mu de aboa me ne mabusua enti no bra me se kakra nie momra me number na etwa guo no ne yenkasa. God bless us all, amen.
Check now, check it, fa check it, fa check it, check it. The beat is real, don't wait make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, fa check it, fa check it, fa check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it, fa check it, check it. Sugar level, fa check it, check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA. Everybody check now. Check it. For check it. Check it. The beat is real, don't wait make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. For check it. Green select glucometer, check it. For check it. Sugar level, for check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We are back once again to do what we know doing best. That is to give you the best online discussion program called Showbiz Daily. Showbiz Daily is live on Sammy Flex TV with my charges. Everyone seated and ready for today's business. Roland Amate is already here. Kobe Josman, the nation's blog. blogger, is here, as well as in team Dodo Solomon, who is also seated for the day's business. My name is Sammy Flex, and behind the scenes, Digital Rasta Currency is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. You out there, I know you're also waiting to be a part of this. So whilst you are watching, remember to subscribe to us and also share the link with your friends whilst commenting on the issues. But always make sure you are being very gentle and ladylike. Don't go overboard to be saying some things that are not right, because if you do, and I also let loose my dogs. You hear who let the dogs out? Woo! Woo, woo, woo. If you don't want that, then you have to stay clean, so we are also clean. But Tap Send is still there for you. So if you are watching us from abroad and you are thinking about how to send money from abroad or any of the Western countries to Africa or to Ghana specifically, please remember Tap Send is one of your ways out. It is the best money transfer app. Get the app downloaded on your phone, put in your promo details like Sammy Flex and your bank details, and you are good. It has been tried and tested. So get yours today and let's set the ball running. Let's get it going. So let's go back to the issues. In fact, one of the issues that is trending as we speak right now is Grammy. Grammy Awards is trending. Let me go on to Twitter to see if they have beaten Hilda Bassi, because first it was Hilda who was trending, and ever since Grammy also dropped, it looks like Grammy wants to take over from Hilda. Hilda has been given her Guinness Book of Record. Oh, Grammy has not come yet. Okay, it will come. I know it will come. It is coming. Giddy, 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 giddy. So, hey, Charlie, this Guinness, Mr. Guinness. Sometimes sometimes I think it comes to be as a biwaha. So Mbappe is at number 1. Hilda is number 2. Chef Dammy is number 3. And Guinness World Record is at number 5. Why is Mbappe trending? I've been seeing him. Why?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know him?
But
okay.
On my trends there, I have breaking news number 1, Stoneboy number 2, and
very old.
Okay.
Very old.
And Sarkodie and
Stoneboy.
Chef Dammy.
Stoneboy is not trending now.
But Grammy's World Record is also trending.
That is on yours.
Yes. Guinness World Record, sorry. Guinness World Record.
Yeah, normal. I know, right? Okay, so that's fine. So one of the things I want us to look out for is the fact that Grammys, they have added some 3 new categories to the categories they have in the scheme, and they are about to unveil it now. Now the 3 they have added are Best African Music Performance, Best Pop Dance Recording, and Best Alternative Jazz Music. Some people also call it Alte. Best Alternative Jazz Album. Now Richie, just zoom into the Best African Music Performance only. Let me see what is written there and ask my people whether this is a satisfaction to the call for them to give a category for Afrobeat or not. Is this what we were looking for? So as it stands now, they have actually done the breakdown of what will be included in the Best African Music Performance, and they've actually given Ghana some 2 slots, and I don't know how we got these 2 slots. So this one says a track and singles category that recognizes recordings that utilize unique local expressions from across the African continent, highlighting the regional melodic, harmonic, and the rhythmic musical traditions. The category includes, but is not limited to, the Afrobeat, Afrofusion, Afropop, Afrobeat, Alte, Amapiano, Bongo Flavor, Genji, Kizomba, Chimurenga, High Life, Fuji, Kwasa Kwasa, Kwasa, Indobolo, Mapuka, Ghanaian Drill, Afro House, South African Hip Hop, and Ethio Jazz genres. Well, so these are the sounds that will make it up for the best African music performance. Earlier, I was having an off-air argument with Roland Amate that I remember the last time you were rather telling them to do it Afrobeat. So why did they not go straight to do Afrobeat? But they've made it go through this long process before they finally arrived at the best African music. That's the best African music performance. Well, my happiness is on the fact that there is high life there and there is Ghanaian drill. Unfortunately, the Ghanaian drill, I say, a Ghanaian drill.
I think they were targeting somebody like
medical dance.
Black Sherif. I think Black Sherif will be the inspiration for that drill.
The Ghanaian drill.
Yeah,
and maybe
sure.
the American.
Yeah,
You remember the
Asaka boys.
yeah.
But the Asaka boys have also been doing it too. They
Yeah.
are still doing it.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
not
yeah.
stopped. Though.
Yeah.
They are still
But
doing
they
it.
called yes Asaka, but they will put it in the drill thing.
Of course, when you are
the
uploading,
beat
there
is,
is no option for Asaka
Asaka,
music,
of
so
course.
you definitely upload it under the Ghanaian drill or drill as the bigger umbrella. So the inspiration.
Okay, so let's start a conversation proper. Still on High Life Afrobeat. Does it mean this is a subtle recognition for High Life now? Chabu, maybe you can start.
Oh yeah. I think they know and they recognize it to some extent. Just that they don't put it out as a single genre of music like that. They put it under African music. I think even this one, all the names that they mentioned, all the genres are coming from different countries, and they will put them under one umbrella, the African
Best
category,
yes.
Category that they have created. So they just want to recognize that even if you are doing high life, you qualify to take part. If you are doing Ghanaian drill, you qualify. If you are doing Kwasa, you qualify. If you are doing Amapiano and others. I think they are just mentioning the names for just to encourage the musicians that don't think that we are taking you out unless you call it Afrobeat. No, if you even call it high life and we think that you deserve it, you can still be part of the competition. You can still submit and they will take a look at it. I think that's what it is. So this one, they are just recognizing music from different countries, which to some extent they have heard of it, and that kind of genres or the music are doing well. They have heard Ghanaian music, and they have heard the drill, the kind of music that we do here. So obviously they will mention the names, and we have popular ones like Kwasa. Kwasa is a very popular music genre in Africa, and it has a unique beat, and it's coming under the African music umbrella. So I think it's a good move for them. Just that, you see, as we've been saying, Grammys is business. Now that they see the need to bring it, why not? They will bring it and make their money, or they will get more people on board, and then the money will also be bigger because the sponsors or
and I'm sure that's why they did not limit it to a certain group of people, because if they say Afrobeat, then it means all those who are doing Kizomba and then
piano,
community, they all be cut off.
Yes, it's business, and at the same time recognizing good musicians and giving them some form of prestige for them to also do whatever is necessary in terms of getting deals and all that. So I think it's a good move for the Grammy people. I think they have done well, and it's also a good news for African music as well. If now we are recognizing African music in a way that will get international attention or the whole world's attention, I think it's good. Kudos to them, and it's a good news for African music.
Well, Kobe Josvan, let me also hear from you.
Yeah, boss. First of all, let me greet our cherished viewers. And
Good.
also say hi to my people, Anointed Electricals Engineering
Okay.
Services. I think it's a very brilliant move, and it is something that we should celebrate because it has been a take that will benefit Africa. Most of the times, you complain a lot that the Grammy doesn't more or less favor the Africans. So they bringing these categories in it one way will expand the game and also create the competitions among the African countries. Seeing High Life there, I think, is the issue for me because I've been rooting for High Life, and High Life as Ghanaians have been our roots. So it is one way or the other telling our people that the in quotes perception that we have that doing High Life you need to be like, or you fall within the indigenous people. It's not like that, but it's still a route of which if we trade on it well, it will also sell our Ghana music. With a drill, with a drill for instance, I think the likes of the American guys, they've been doing it. I saw this guy, Yao Tog and Co. They've been doing all this. So, so it will go a long way to favor. But we have to also create an agenda, have a whole agenda on it, and now change our perception that Grammy, as we used to say, that it is more or less centered in America. Right now, the people have thought it twice that let's open it and create categories that will more or less also benefit Africans. And perhaps, there's one thing that we need to also pay our attention on it. The reason why I think these people have added these categories in it, because right now Africa is the whole ish. Everybody is talking about Africa. When it comes to music-wise, right now the likes of Burna Boy, Whiskey, Shatawale, Stonebwoy, Sapo, they are doing amazing thing out there. So if right now the whole attention is on Africa, why don't we bring something in there or chip something in there that will also make us cash out something from them too? So I think that will be a drive or a core reason why they've added that category. But whatever being it will benefit us as Africans. And let's do our things right, and it will go a long way to also amplify some of the good things that we're doing too.
Okay, so I'm here doing some overthinking. Is this something new? And I'm going to tell you guys why I'm asking whether this is something new. Because over the years, they had a world music category where if you do High Life, if you do Kizomba, if you do Kwasa, if you do Afro House, whatever you are doing, if your song becomes that unique, that big, and it goes in there, you will still be nominated in the world music. So now that there is a special category for African music, what happens to the world music category? Because they did not take it out. Does it mean we are still going to be nominated at world music also? Or now we will be taken away from world music because we have African music?
Yeah, so Brother Sam, let me add this thing. You see, when we were having the world music category, you see, most of the times people also have their own way, understanding that category. But right now, looking at this one, it has more or less been open. So right now, to say I can first, world music will be all Ghana or High Life, no, unless maybe I go in for this Afrobeat thing before I can be recognized. But right now, we've opened the whole conversation. We've created, enlarging the picture to the extent that wherever that identity that you stand in, you can more or less get a space. For instance, with the Mapuka, for instance, if someone is in Cote d'Ivoire doing this Mapuka thing, automatically he has now understand that I don't necessarily have to come and do Afrobeat before I fall within the category. But if with the Mapuka thing, if I do it and I fall within that, their qualification range, automatically I will get myself nominated. So I think that one will be a reason why for them opening the conversation.
So now world music is still going to be there?
I'm sure.
And well, maybe Ro, you can attempt this and let me see how best I ask the further questions. Because if world music is there and the world music was recognizing all these people who have been mentioned there, and now there is an African music category, what happens to world music? Are we still going to be nominated there?
What is, first of all, I'll ask what is the name for this particular category? Best African Music Performance. So it is different from the how do you call it? It is just like the best rap performance at the BGME. On this, we are looking at your performance on the song. We are looking at different structures.
No. With Grammy, their names not necessarily mean what it is. Okay. So when they say performance, they are talking about the whole song. It's not like performance particular. But they are looking at the whole song.
The whole song, because that's how the track and singles category. Okay, so this is what I think it means. This one, with the listing of all the genres in Africa, I believe it is also another way of telling everybody that your genre that you've been fighting for has been recognized. You know, it's just like we have been crying that high life should be recognized here and there. It's the same way everybody who owns something or a sub-genre like the Kizomba, the Fuji, the Kwasa and all that. It is the same way they've also been crying. Let's not sit here and kid ourselves that our high life is bigger than Kizomba or Mapuka. And you see,
Kizomba is big because even in America they do this dance.
Yes,
Kizomba
even
dance.
in Ghana here, we have the Kizomba dance clubs here in Ghana. So you see, it is also the same light. They just want everybody to understand that yes, as much as you would want that, anybody would wish that their music genre would be recognized up there. But the thing is that the reason why they are categorizing all of them in one basket means that none of these has become as huge as we want them to see it.
It's Afrobeat, not huge.
Including Afrobeat.
It's Afrobeat yet to be huge.
Of course, that is why they've added it to it. And you see, when you check even the listings, they did the Afrobeat without the S, and they did they also added Afrobeat with the S.
Which is which?
The Afro, not limited to the Afrobeat, Afrofusion, Afropop, Afrobeat. So they've recognized that yes, there is a subgenre which probably might have erupted from Ghana, which is the Afrobeat, with the one without the S. And it was coined and metamorphosed into the Afrobeat. That is the one that Fela coined. That is the one with the S. And they know there is that conflict, there is that confusion in there, regardless of whatever documentation we probably might have put on it. Or whatever definition, because when you check the definition for the Afrobeat, the one without the S, and you check the definition for the one with the S, it is almost the same thing.
Of course, that one there it is.
Yes,
it is.
And everybody would want to own their own. Everybody would want to take responsibility for whatever they've created. So in order for them not to say okay, because I know definitely the moment they say oh, everybody should, the umbrella category is going to be the Afrobeat umbrella, then people are going to ask, okay, are you trying to downplay the influence of Kizomba? That is when people will also bring other subgenres and they will give you substance as to how far those genres have also traveled. Because as it stands, none of these genres here is small. None of them is small. Maybe we might not be privy to it like that, but when you go to the individual sections or jurisdiction which they operate, you realize that these are not small genres. And it is good. So me, I like the fact that they did not box all. And also, there is that perception that before you get recognized, now it is about Afrobeat. If you don't do Afrobeat, or if you don't call your substance Afrobeat, then forget about recognition. It is also another way of clearing that perception. That yes,
if you don't call your sound Afrobeat or any of the underlisted names or genres,
then that one day your competition will be a little tighter. But if your sound falls under any of this, you still have a chance to be recognized. That is what it means, because you go to the individual countries who are doing these kind of songs. I've told you I've heard about Afro Bongo and Afro flavor from the East Africa.
Now there is Bongo flavor.
There is Bongo flavor. So now all of them can rest and say, okay, we can still do it and still get a category to also be recognized. Because the world music category, the truth of the matter is that it is not only for Africans.
Yeah. It is not.
Of course, so now it is more or less like us getting 2 slots to compete. It is more or less like us getting
but I still think that if we are not careful, what it will mean is that if you get nominated in Afrobeat, maybe you might not get it for the world. The reason I'm saying this, all the continents are part of the Grammys. And now you, just one of the continents, you've been given a recognition. So do you think someone who is from Asia, if the person does well, and you are to run head to head with him, when you have been nominated in Africa, they will consider that person?
So in terms of you yourself being in the world music category, that category, I believe you being in the African category itself would be an advantage to you. Would be an advantage to you. But with all this, let's also not forget about the rules of engagement with the whole scheme. That is still there. So we shouldn't also kid ourselves that okay, we do high life and we do it in Ghana, so there's a possibility we might be recognized in the Grammys. It is a joke. Because when the CEO came, he spelled out the rules of engagement clearly, that your dealings must be in America.
Oh no, that one, everybody who wants a Grammy at this stage knows this.
Sure. So yes, I know some people would say, oh, okay, now that they've recognized high life and the likes, let's do it and go and sleep, or do it in Ghana and hope that they will see it.
They will come and
collect it.
Like the Rihanna case. Exactly. You do your thing internally.
Oh
You think that those in Accra should come there.
Should come and collect it. You understand? So if we shouldn't lose sight of the rules of engagement with the whole organization as well. But this, I believe, is a step in the right direction, and they are also just trying to play safe here, especially with the involvement of the Ghanaian drill. You know, this is just about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And now the world music is going to the extent that there can be an eruption of a genre anytime, anywhere. And when you check the influence of the drill music, you know, drill music even in the world has not lasted. Somebody that even made it a little big is the person that died right after Pop Smoke.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
When Pop Smoke made it popular in recent times, he just fell off at the time. And one country that has held that particular genre is Ghana. And with the fusion of it, the likes of Yao Tog collaborating with somebody like Stormzy, their Sakar boys and their involvement going on tour with it, it's also huge. And when you even check the producers, that is the producers of the songs that they work on, most of them are not Ghanaians. Unless in recent times that they employ the services of Ghanaians. You realize that when they were nominated even in VGMAs, there was one of their producers who was not even Ghanaian. So yes, now they don't want to leave any stone unturned. So they just want you to know that whatever you are doing, they've seen it and you can be recognized. But still, don't forget the rules of engagement here.
Well, I'm still happy because we have been mentioned in there. I have been saying something that if you are doing music in Ghana and it is called hip life or high life, that is fine. But the moment you cross, you should think about a name that is easy to be marketed. And maybe now that we have African music category and under it, they've gotten the Afro pops and the Afro beats, we still have to be smart to make this happen. Make sure you are falling in that category for next year's awards. Now, this particular category that has been introduced, is Ghana standing a chance? Chemo, let me do this one round. Is Ghana having a chance? Is Ghana standing a chance? Because we've mentioned 2 of our slots there.
I think, yeah, going forward, some people will come up and new musicians, new sensations, even the old musicians, they will do certain things that we can't predict now. And may get that recognition and compete as well. So yes, we will have a chance. We have, for now, we can mention Black Sherif, we can mention King Promise and others. They are doing their thing, and I think they will stand a chance to also win. So yeah. So obviously we have a chance. Just that you have to follow the rules. You have to follow how everybody, like, don't just do your thing and hope that you will win, because you are not the only one competing.
There are competing with
other people. They also want the same thing. So you have to work hard enough for you to be on top. Don't just think that you are a musician, you are coming from Ghana, so they should award you. It doesn't work like that.
Well, yes, Copy Just Van, I'm asking you the same question though, and I'm asking that what are Ghana's chances in this particular new creation? Does it mean now the next Grammys, all things being equal, we will get some more people from Ghana getting nominated? At least we know man like Rocky Dauni has been doing it back to back, but now you're Beam, Stone Boys in the new boom. Nanim wa Grammy ni.
Nanishe.
Yes, doesn't mean that next award scheme. Are we yeah, I'm going to say election. Next award scheme, are we going to have some cool chop deals for our Ghanaian artists?
Brass, I mean, with the chances, we have higher chance. I mean, greater options that we can stand a chance even getting many nominations out there. Just as we all know, it's a matter of.
But do we have the songs too?
Brass, I mean, I'm catching.
Because it's here, you know.
Me can say.
Yeah, they will be share and you might echo so a you Kizomba.
Yeah, Brass, I mean, always I say this. Ghanaians.
Sanko for someone
Yeah. Ghanaians, we have everything that it takes in terms of talent-wise, good music and other stuff. The only thing a high and no ne the thing be senior American rule American say investment. Easy
resources.
Let's compare even King Promise Terminator to some of the songs that we claim say they are big bangers out there. Terminator, if you listen to the song, is it today I took my time to listen lyrics by lyric and I realized no, the guy
the top song, eh?
Terminator. The words in there, ne? Terminator. So with that one there, we have a very great chance. But the only thing that I think we need to double up is about this whole distribution stuff that we all know. Because yeah, you tell me maybe I didn't hear it, but fire any how. If you are eager for something, let us see say you are desperate for it. So as someone who is willing to also do the connections or the working or activate certain things for you, can more or less, I mean, grand high to also put in that much energy that he or she is expected to do. But when you feel relaxed thinking that, oh, after all I have the good songs, so therefore automatically I become a nominee or I can be nominated, yeah, then at the end of the day you will get disappointed. So we know the boys are doing good, but they should they should show the readiness. How ready are they to compete with this race? And whatever expected that they must do with respect to the distributions, I mean, getting some plugs on board, getting some people on board, I mean, stakeholder consultation and other stuff, that will more or less to make us stand that chance. We should also work it out. If not, already we know there is. The Nigerians are there. They're already there. And they are a threat for that one there. So we should do our things right.
Roland,
Yes, I mean.
would you be surprised if a nomination comes out and Nigerians take over?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
And what will happen to Stonebwoy and his people?
No, you see, yeah.
Stonebwoy, the next Grammy, the man money in there, don't make a call.
No, but it doesn't still mean that we don't have hope. In fact, looking at even the listed genres here, I believe if we play our cards well, we have so many windows to enter into this because we have Ghanaian artists who fall under Afrobeat. We have Ghanaian artists who are doing Afrofusion, Afro pop. We have Ghanaian artists that do amapiano. Yeah. We have Ghanaian artists that do high life. And so
Alte. Yeah, we have some people doing it. I'm sure Alte, for instance, people like Walasi and
Amari,
his people, Akan. Those people, yes,
all those guys.
They are right candidates for
of course,
that
Alte category. So I believe we stand a chance with so many windows to enter, provided we do our things right. You just have to play by the rules of the game. That is the major key here. It doesn't matter whatever you're doing, but the only thing that will make the other people dominate over you is because they have the resources or they have the things to play the game right. That is it. Because if somebody like Walasi, no matter how good his product is, and if somebody like Burna Boy is doing distribution in US or is doing releases in US, and Walasi doesn't have the resources to go and do the release in US, definitely he will be picked over you. And that
you do the song, but
it will still not.
You will not be considered.
Yes, you will not be recognized. So that one here, we just need to play by the rules of the game. That is the most important thing. In fact, when it comes to having windows there, we have so many windows to it. And the Nigerians also, most of them are also doing the same thing. Nigerians do high life. They do the Fuji. They do the Afrofusion and the Afro pop. as well as the Afro beats.
And the Amapiano. Now they even say it is called Afro piano.
Afro piano, coffee piano in Abo. So yes, they are direct competitors though. But then, just like them, we also have enough windows to enter. You should just play our game right.
Well, still on the African continent. First, I want to say congratulations in advance to some of our people who might be lucky to get to that category. So you guys should wait for it. And we can't just wait to know that some Ghanaian artists we mentioned in the category. Still in Africa, finally, Hilda Ahofebasi has been given her Guinness Book of Record. And as it stands now, in Nigeria, there is another chef who is also trying to outdo what Hilda Basi has done. Now, information I'm getting is that some people, even in Nigeria, were not happy with the lady. I hear some people are saying, this woman, how can you be this greedy? Someone won, he has not even been recognized yet, and you hurriedly come back to start your own. What exactly are you waiting for? As it stands now, I hear that she is still cooking. She's doing 120 hours. Meanwhile, Hilda Basi did not also get all her 100 hours. She was able to get 93 hours, which is, I think, it is still a record deal. So she is now having her Guinness Book of Record confirmed for her. But why is Nigeria after this chef Dammy? Why? So this is a post, an official post coming from Grammys. Guinness World Record. Now, why is Guinness Record having that color as their?
They were celebrating the Pride Month. There's a month that they celebrate ABCD people. So
when I saw it, my heart missed a beat. A whole Guinness World Record. Well, they were celebrating the Pride Month, so now we celebrate it.
Yeah, they do. Even Americans, they changed their flag to it, and it was an issue.
America changed their flag
to the Pride month colors. Yes, just to celebrate it. Even at the time that American president was giving a speech, then the Pride flag was behind him, and it became a topic for them.
Well, so that is not the main issue, so let's ignore that for another day. Now, when they posted this is how they captioned the video and the post. It says, after reviewing all the footage, we are delighted to announce that Hilda Basi is the new record holder for the longest cooking marathon by an individual. Watch the video to find out the official time we've awarded Hilda and read the full explanation below. Well, we will see if you get the full explanation to read as well. So let's go get the announcement, and when I come back, we are going to have a conversation that why are many Nigerians not happy with Chef Dammy? Why? Like, what is their problem? Is Hilda alone to enjoy the record? Why? What exactly is their problem? So even those who are watching from Nigeria at this stage, Kenneth Samuel and his people, Victor Wanzi and co, I want to know, hey, Oluwa Sammy, you those people, I want to know, why are you guys not happy with Chef Dammy? Meanwhile, when Hilda Basi was doing it, the whole Nigerians, they were all up. They were all up, like, go Hilda, go. But why is it not go Dammy? What has she done? Some people are saying, oh, because she is not pretty like Hilda, because she is not carrying some well cut out shape boobs and asses and things. That's why I say all those things are nonsensical. All those things are nonsensical. We are not talking about beauty contest. We are talking about food, cooking. Cook a ton, a long hours of cooking. That's what we are talking about, and not just beauty. So let's go catch the presentation. When I come back, we're going to discuss this as well. Stay tuned.
Anyone attempting a marathon record receives 5 minutes break for every hour that they complete. This is to allow suitable rest breaks for the participants due to the prolonged nature of these records. In this case, there was a miscalculation when it came to Hilda's rest breaks, meaning we are unable to award the 100 hours claimed. I can now announce that with a time of 93 hours and 11 minutes, Hilda Bassi is the new holder for the Guinness World Records title for longest cooking marathon. Congratulations, you are officially amazing.
So this is the confirmation that Hilda Bassi finally has been confirmed by Guinness World Record from their headquarters that she is the current winner. And as it stands now, I'm sure Hilda will be so excited. Deals will be coming through. Even before the confirmation even came across, she was already signing deals. The other day, I saw her post that I can't wait to let you guys know this juicy deal I've signed. And that is how it has been one of the companies that I was always dreaming to be a part of. And now the dream has come. And now that this has come, I know very soon Ghanaians will invite her to Ghana. You watch it. Somebody market today.
Oh, yeah.
It will not be long.
Oh, that one, yes, you
We'll be doing meet and greet with Hilda Bassi. Ghana people.
Okay, we know BB Nigeria is in Ghana, so that one.
And no crumple. So very soon, meet and greet with Hilda Bassi will be happening. But Chef Dammy, is she not a Nigerian? Or she is from Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast or something? Why? What is happening? Nigeria does not want to support her too. Meanwhile, we are talking about healthy competition. So what is happening? Chabo, finish talking so that Roland will talk last.
Hey, Miru.
Hey, Miru. Chabo, why? I don't get him.
Why not? I mean, competition is good. So everybody should be allowed to compete. But this one is a bit weird for me. Like,
what is weird?
The timing, everything. Like, in fact, at the time that Hilda, we weren't sure that they were going to give her the certificate, and then she came in to also do her own thing. Like, it's weird for me. Like, I don't know. I wish they would have. I wish she would have. I mean, wait a bit. Like,
no, wait. Wait. Let me see if I can do this debate with you.
Yeah.
This could have come from any other person from any other country.
Yes.
This time around, it is still in Nigeria.
Sure.
So why are they not happy? Because, okay, what if the person had been Cameroonian, a Kenyan, an Ethiopian,
a
Ghanaian, I know the Omega say yeah competition.
I think they will still talk, but it will not be like their own. And
exactly my point.
And as
because even if she comes and she does it, it is still going to be in Nigeria, just as you guys made noise. Oh, in fact, for the first time, Nigerians have made me see they are not patriotic like they preach.
They can even Hilda.
No, they are not patriotic like they preach.
Even Hilda herself can even come attempt again just to beat her own record. It's allowed. You can do that. But the point is, it's weird for me. Like, why?
There's
why
the weirdness in this crowd. Like, why is the weirdness?
I can't get the right words to use. But the point is, what is the motivation? Why this time? Like, what is happening? What went into you deciding to also compete at this time when the other person,
because she knows within her that she can do it better than
and she
her
can
compatriot did,
and she can do it anytime, not the time that this is it. She can do it anytime that she wants, except at the time that even the person that attempted it hasn't even been confirmed. Like, it's when you think about it, it's like people will say that, were you not happy that maybe she will get it or what? You just quickly want to come in just to kick her out or what? Like, what is the motive? Like, you can say a whole lot about it. I mean, it's fair to compete. It's okay to also do your thing, but you make it look like you are not happy for the person, or it's like, no, you cry, I think I'm better than you, so instead of you, let's give it to me. Like, there's a whole lot of things that you can say about the timing.
A whole lot of bats.
But yes, about the timing thing. So I think people who encourage her, people who were supporting her, I think they didn't advise her. I mean, she could have prepared even longer, even wait for a year or something, just to come in and do her own thing. At that time, we will be over with the Hilda's thing. It's like, okay, now Hilda has done it. Somebody also wants to do it. Why not? But at the time that we were not even finished with celebrating Hilda's achievement, then you came in to also do what? So what is it? I think the timing was bad. Not that she can't compete, but the timing will be giving her some positive, negative vibe. Like, people will be saying, like, thinking a whole lot of things about it. Like me, like, I was like, but why? Why do you want to also do the same thing and not even giving the person's chance to even celebrate? Because if, let's say, you also came through and you win, like, you pass her, should Hilda celebrate, or she should just forget about it? That's not cool for me. I mean, that's why I'm saying it's weird for me. Like, she should have waited for a while, because you can do it anytime except the time that we are celebrating Hilda. Let's celebrate her for a while before you also come in and do your thing. But doing it at the same time, in fact, the time that she was not even sure whether she will get it or not, and you are also doing it. So if you break her record, should she celebrate or what? Or she should just forget it? It's like, you have wasted your time, so let's forget you. So that's why I will not support her, but I will fight for her to do for her right. Like, she has every right to do it, but I will not support her or join her to break that record when it's so weird for me. That's what I can say. Yeah.
Well, Kobe, continue from there.
First of all, let me say congratulations to Hilda. I mean, for her getting this bold, the courage to even do that. It takes only few people to take that courage or get that charisma to more or less compete in that race. But I think I don't agree with Chemo. Yeah, totally. I don't even. I'm not even.
Why don't you agree with him?
First of all, who determines the time that is right or wrong?
Chemo.
That is why I said I do agree. So his timing, you can't tell or determine the time that will seem okay for someone. The same time frame that you think that you're okay, someone is not okay. Or what you think maybe is favorable for you is never favorable for the other two. So there's one thing that we should also know. And I'm very disappointed in the Nigerians. Always they'll be like, Ghanaians, you need to support. You preach unity, but you don't do what you preach. I'm very disappointed in them, Brasam. I know today they will come hard on me. They should come and I'm ever ready for them.
So you should also go hard on them.
I am going
before they come.
So give and take. So what they are doing clearly tells that they have their own personal interest in Hilda. They supported her. Why? Because it means some of the the rumors that we heard that people were supporting because of her stature, the boobs, and it is true because everything tells. This girl is not having the same thing, so right now I don't like it. Hey, in Nigeria,
maybe she's not marketable.
Marketable. Who determines what is marketable and not marketable?
Hilda.
And that is why the lady Dammy is proving to them that she can do it. And for her to even take that bold step.
Yeah. No, that was bold because I was even thinking about even the aesthetics difference between them. Someone who is low in confidence wouldn't try because the person will go like, hey, look at Hilda's setup alone. Like the rich setup that Hilda was cooking from, and look at her setup, very.
Do you know one thing that comes into
basic
my mind,
and simple.
There's only one thing that comes into my mind.
Here a day.
Oh. But this is no different from the chef Tonto in India. No, this is no different. Oh, you should bring the Tonto pictures that you see.
They can do
now,
all the comparisons.
I saw the captain.
Because we be on person support. Brass, I mean, they can make all the comparison. But there's one thing. There's only one thing that I depict from this thing. That irrespective of your background, if you have the determination, you have the zeal, and you have the courage, you can achieve anything that you want to achieve in this world.
Yeah. And
let alone any other person will be like, because of my background, I don't have the finances and that, so let me relax. But
and this is very inspiring. Yeah.
Comparing the deco to that of Hilda and that of Dammy, you can clearly create the difference, see the differences, see the background with the picture that we saw. But it is telling everybody that irrespective of your poor background, with your hard work and determination,
if you want to compete,
and with the focus and that zeal, you will achieve that result. And she will by all means achieve the result that she's looking after. So we shouldn't go hard on her, make her feel bad, and more or less to
make her feel like she's not Nigerian.
She's a Nigerian too.
But that's how they're making her feel.
Yeah. And the other thing that I also want to talk about it is that can't two people win at the same time?
No.
What are you talking about?
No, what am I talking about? It's a record setting. So
it's a record setting.
Yes.
If one Nigerian achieve that record, can't another Nigerian also achieve it?
No, not the same time. So that now that they have pronounced Hilda, if she also beats Hilda, they'll come and pronounce.
Yeah. So at the end of the day,
not the same time.
Yeah, okay, fine. Not the same time.
Yes.
But another moment too, there was another Nigerian too who is also a winner, and the same whatever glory that comes alongside goes to Nigeria. So what are they trying to say? They should stop that kind of agenda and personal interest. And this one too should be something like an advice to everybody. That people who always support people, why? Because I have my own personal interest, or I am supporting you because I will benefit. I mean something directly. It's either a return offer, direct offer like what you're doing. Because the people are having a direct interest. Either maybe they are getting in return, paying kind be somewhere. That is what they are supporting. Where are the musicians that were supporting Hilda that way? You guys are all hypocrites. You should stop that kind of thing.
Thank you, Kobe, just one the nation's blogger. Roland will speak finally on the Chef Hilda and Chef what's that name? Dammy. Yes, Chef Dammy, and the fact that Nigeria is being racist. Nigeria is being racist on their own kind, and that is so sad. Racist Nigeria. Yeah, they are being racist. They are being racist, and they hate me, pa.
Those who are insulting the lady for attempting this great thing, they are backward thinkers. Oh yes. They are backward thinkers.
Mm.
Because when you go even on the Guinness World Records site, they have China, who is the country to have claimed about 100 official Guinness World Records over the years.
Wow.
Yes. That is even a record. That is even a record.
100
people
from China alone. Wow. And
China has 100 records.
They are the leading country with the
Yes.
highest Guinness
100
World
records.
The same thing.
No, not the same thing.
No, I am making a point.
Yeah, you are.
They have 100 records from different departments. And you know that one of the interesting things is that Nigeria, as it stands, has about close to 45 people with the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Ghana.
Including Rema and the likes recently.
Yeah.
So where from this backward thinking, when your own is trying to win something that will bring glory to the country, you think you have the power to determine which time she should do it?
That is racism.
Did somebody determine when Hilda Bassi should do it?
No.
Does that record belong to Hilda Bassi and her family?
Never.
So who determines it is too soon? Oh, she's supposed to wait. Basami, I tell you that they have no idea the number of people who probably might have thought of even attempting this even before Hilda Bassi decided to do her own. I am sure left to some people alone, if they had the same resources, I am sure that some people would have done the same thing the day Hilda Bassi also started hers.
I know.
They shouldn't. I go on the girls' live and I read comments, and you see the one thing that
they are attacking her.
Is the Nigerians nankasa are the ones attacking her.
Oh, how?
Then after they will come and tell us that they support their own and Ghanaians don't support. You see, when I made this post on my Facebook, somebody came to say that I am jealous and bitter about the success of Nigerians because I am just trying to say they don't support their own like that. You see, this is very evident. Your action, Chemo will tell you, don't listen to the words, watch the action. This is the action.
Tell them.
This shows that we have canker in every place. People will not support you because you are their countryman. If not, this girl wouldn't be receiving insult from her own countrymen or her own country people. People will not support you. People will support you because they have certain personal interest there. All the artists that went to support Hilda Bassi on the day had personal interest there. It is either it will make them feel cool, they will tap to the shine, some people will be noticed, everybody has a role to play in there. Even the media houses that were present on the day also will gain something. So they should give us a break when they want to. Yes, no, see, whenever they achieve anything, we will celebrate with them. But they shouldn't come and preach the holier than thou thing in our faces. Because this gives them away. Simple. Because I don't understand. For them to have even in a space of, let's say, 3 or 4 months, or let me say approximately 6 months, if they've been able to record, if they are able to record about 3 Guinness World Record holders in a space of 6 months, it will also go into the records.
Yeah, that one it is.
It will also go into the records. And all these guys are from your country.
They'll be recognized as such.
Of course, they are from your country.
Racist.
So where from the insult?
Racism.
This is backward thinking for you to say, it is too soon. The girl has not been recognized. And who says that if this girl beats Hilda Bassi, Hilda Bassi's recognition will be taken away from her? Who says that? Or who said that? When Hilda Bassi, now that she's broken the record, or she is the record holder as we speak, has the Indian lady that did it, has her own be taken away from her? No, even in recognizing Hilda herself, the lady was even acknowledged.
Yeah, sure.
So where from this backward thinking of it is too soon, you are supposed to wait next year, sometime let's celebrate. For how long will you celebrate Hilda Baci? So must we always play one top?
No.
Must we always play one top? Can't somebody shine the same period another person is shining? Can't somebody do it? So the fact that we have one rich man, we should wait for that rich man to die before another person can also become rich. Because Hilda Baci has won the Guinness World Record at this time, nobody should attempt, because the record is for Hilda Baci and her family.
That is uncalled for.
If somebody from a different country had woken up right now to say, oh, I am in, and what Hilda did is an inspiration. And me, I am happy even when Dammy wanted to start hers. She made it and she said emphatically that this inspiration is from Hilda Baci.
Oh, she even gave...
She said it. She said it. This is an inspiration. And you see, world records are there. I tell you, so many people, there are so many records on the page that so many people can attempt. But many people don't even know it. And it will take people like Hilda Baci and some people to make them public, like to give them some level of publicity so people can also attempt to do it. This is a competition for anybody. And
anybody
since it is a competition, nobody has the right, unless the rules of the game state it. Else, nobody has the right to come and determine when somebody should attempt it and when or how the person should wait. And those saying she should wait for 1 year. After the 1 year, are they going to provide her with the resources that she's using to cook?
No.
How many of them are going to contribute? Even right now, crowd that she is doing it. Right now, the crowd that she's doing it. What is the support for her? Me, I am very, very disappointed in what they are doing.
Thank you for drawing out your points with passion. At least the racism will stop after this information is sent out to my compatriots in Nigeria. They need to get this information down, and it is so necessary they get it. Let's move on. We will not wait for them. We'll move on to do some more. I'm so happy that whilst we were musing and thinking about hip life, high life, then Grammy put out a press statement that suggests that finally Africa is also going to be recognized in due time with Grammys. Why am I saying this? I've seen a video of a Nigerian man who goes by the name Eze Nwadinobi. He has been living in Ghana for so many years. He has invested in Ghana's showbiz industry as an event person, as an actor, as a musician, and so many things that he's been doing for our creative arts industry. Good thing is that he is still around. Gone to school here, graduated, and blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. Now, he has advised our musicians to stick to the hip life course instead of chasing other things like Afrobeats, dance hall, and those things. He thinks if Ghana holds on to hip life, it will really augur well with us. I've had my fair share on this particular topic earlier on the editorial segment here on Sammy Flex TV. Well, I had my opinion. But even before I listen to my people, let's go watch the video in an interview on CTV with Larry Bozios on Time with the Stars that he was being convinced by Eze Nwadinobi for Ghanaian artists to admit or to accept hip life as our head genre. Let's go watch it. I'll be right back.
People like Sarkodie. Sarkodie too is still doing hip life.
Yeah.
People like Sarkodie. Sarkodie too is still doing hip life.
Yeah.
But he just wants to sound like a hip hop artist. But please, you can't face the real hip hop artist. You can show that you have a stand in hip hop, but not to carry the umbrella on your head.
There's nobody to resurrect hip life.
Hip life is not a trend. Okay. Let's point of correction.
Okay.
It's a name of our kind of music.
Okay.
In Ghana.
Okay.
If only they will accept it. That's the point. You need to remain unique for you to be noticed. My very favorite friend too, what's his name? Shatawale. I remember I spoke to him a couple of times over this issue. Like, yo, you're doing hip life. Why are you calling it dancehall? But because they were fighting who the dancehall lord was going to be with Stonebwoy and all the rest of them, and it made them forget where they were coming from.
And until I think I had an issue with him and his group at a point where I said even upon that, his music has not gone out of Ghana, it has not crossed Aflawo, and it was something else. But I didn't mean to disrespect him or insult him. But I wanted him to see that. Yes, I've walked into a club here and I saw Davido. I've walked into a club, I saw Wizkid. I've walked into, I saw Burna Boy. They come underground, uninvitedly. But because they want to encroach the whole African continent. And that's why they go plan. So I was like, oh, that's what you should have done. He misunderstood it until 2018, when he now went to Nigeria, he saw what I was saying. They didn't know him. They probably have heard her. Even when he was performing, they were not acknowledging his presence. So that was because he was not forcing to invest in the music side.
Oh, so for now, there's nothing like Loud in Accra no more. And there's never going to be.
I still have the right. It's a registered company.
Okay.
It's a registered company. That was why we were able to sue them.
Okay.
It was registered as Loud. So anything Loud, it's my right.
It's your right.
Yeah. So I just decided to calm down a little bit. I was actually disappointed at a point. One of my reasons were because I realized that we were chasing hip life. And most of the artists left hip life and jumped onto crank. That was where the whole thing started. People like, if I'll be very precise, Wusu, Asem, and my favorite artist, one of Dr. Rap, Ochame Kwame, and then so many of them. There were many of them. They moved to crank. And I lamented. I spoke about it. They're like, what's up with you guys, man? We started hip life. I called Reggie. What's going on? Your boys are, it's a trend. And we never came back.
Look, people say music is dynamic. So when the trend changes, or you have to also, as an artist, jump on there. So maybe that's a more reason.
No, I disagree with you, Larry. Let's take, for instance, Afrobeat.
Right.
Today, they have Amapiano.
Right.
But you hear Amapiano inside Afrobeat. Did you see Afrobeat artists going to Amapiano? That's the point. They left it and joined crank. And they never came back. From crank, they went to dance hall. And God knows where we're going to next, because that's the problem. You know, let me tell you something. The music was more like a newborn baby. The hip life I know of was like a newborn baby that needed breastfeeding, needed some sort of nurture. So, and if you are doing a music or you have a genre of music and you don't have a name for it, then it's not existing, it's void. That's from my own point of view. Any other person can choose to, define his own. But I find out that if we were all under one umbrella as hip life, and we decide to do dancehall. If you look at Afrobeat, because hip life was giving birth before Afrobeat.
Right.
Now, if you look at, you see people like Timaya, they're all dancehall artists. Pato Rankin, they're all even Burna Boy is a dancehall artist. But you can't see them parading themselves as dancehall artists. That's the point. There's no how I can portray myself as a hip-hop artist when I know I'm an African. Even my accent only self will spoil the show. And imagine Jay-Z coming to Ghana trying to be a hip life artist. Does it make sense to you? No. That's the point.
Currently, who's doing hip life?
Most of them are doing hip life. Last Meet, Camido, they're all doing hip life. But it's just that
Camido is doing hip life.
Yeah. Sounds like Afrobeat.
But do they accept that they're doing hip life?
That's the point. I hope my boy, our new boy, Blacko, I hope he should just embrace it and call it hip life. Because I was waiting, last time they were asking him about, and they doesn't even ask him, what genre of music do you do? And I'm sure behind the doors they'll be calling him a dancehall artist. He should reject that name. Because dancehall belongs to Jamaicans. There should be some sort of conference. We should talk about it. We've just started talking about it. And we should talk about hip life. We should all agree that, and I'm sorry to say, those giving awards like the Charterhouse and all the rest of them, they should make hip life the best of all, not dancehall. They should make it like an award at the end of the day, the Hip Life Artist of the Year, making it with some amount of money. When Sammy started, he was also doing he was doing hip life. Boy, was another giant in that industry. I think Screwface. He was also doing that same thing. And VIP, of course. We need to bring them, because how can I grow when my son is growing and I'm not there? How will he understand where I'm coming from? Where will he understand where he's coming from? We need to acknowledge some of these our past artists. Right now, I was just telling you that somebody like Tiny, he has become a prince of Ghana. That's how I call him. I call him a prince in Ghana because he has stood as a giant on his own. But it's high time to bring up other artists, give them that leverage to become something they want to be, to forward wherever they have stopped. I don't think they've stopped, but what I'm saying is to continue.
Are we lost?
We're not lost. Ghana is talented with art. I mean, they're so over talented, they worry them. Okay. It's just that they are not finding their square roots.
Well, so that was the conversation with Eze Nwadinobi and man like Larry Buzzels, the 2 p.m. Lord he calls himself. Now, the conversation is, are we going to listen to what Eze is saying or another time? Jamu?
Yeah, it's not a clear-cut thing. And he said they were not finding their square root. I wanted to know the meaning of that. Because mathematics are better.
Square root of 4.
Square root of 8.
Anyway, I think it's not a clear-cut thing. That's it. Where I will agree with him is that you have to stick to something that we know you for, that you are good at. When you are consistent, when you persist in that area, I mean, you stamp your authority and move with it. But if it's like, if there's any trend, then you jump in there. If there's anything, you jump in there. You can't be master of it. I mean, people will bring it and you will just be part of it. So I will agree with him that we have to stick to something that you'll be good at, because you started, because you were part of it and it's growing. Then you go with that one out there to compete, instead of just looking for what is trending and just hop on or jump on. I mean, that one you can't be master of it. So because the originators are still there, and they will be better than you because they started it. Yes, we will have some occasions that people can learn from you and be better than you. But it doesn't happen often. It will be few who can do that. But for the majority, you have to stick to what you are good at. So I agree with him that instead of saying I'm a dancehall artist, Afrobeat artist, I'm a piano artist, whatever, like any genre that comes, you are the artist of that genre. Stick to yours. You can borrow the sounds from any other place, add it to your main thing, and it's still you. Like what we had some time ago, the high life and the burger high life thing. I mean, the burger high life sound was a bit different from the indigenous high life that we knew, but they were all high life. You can call it burger high life, but we know that it's high life. Only the reason why you are calling it burger high life is that you brought something new to the high life. So we could have had our own hip life with maybe Afrobeat fusion or something, like add anything to the high life and let's move with it. But our people didn't get that memo and then started fighting over other things like the hip life champion, high life,
dancehall king,
and all those things. So I agree with him that we should have stick to that one thing and move with it. But you can also lose sight of the fact that some people will also chop based on what is trending. So if you also be like...
And some are inspired by their own actions and inactions, so not your direction.
Yes. So if you said, I want to stick to my route, a combat do. Because sometimes you may be good at what others are doing. You can look at them and say, no, I can be better here. And then you jump in there and also do your own thing. Just that the majority will be better sticking to what they are known for. That's the thing. But it shouldn't be that strict. But we should have core people doing the main thing. That's what it is. So I will not agree with him that everybody or we should all stick to that thing. But it's better that a lot or majority will go in that direction. Just
so we are recognized for that.
Yes, exactly. So for that one, yeah, I will agree with him. And looking at how things are going, like even some of our artists now don't want to be recognized in some of the genres that we are known for. I mean, nobody wants. I hardly, well, I think recently some people are taking the fact that they are high life artists and
that one
and hip life artists, but not so long ago they will never admit that they are high life artists or even
if you say they are high life artists, guys say,
or Mubise, that kind of, yes. So I think we missed it, and but it's not too late. Just, even if we are not going back, let's stick to what is working now, and not wait for new thing to come and then we jump on. Just go with what is working now. Let's forget about what has passed. I mean, it's a past thing. You can't do much. But let's stick to what is working, what our people are doing. Like, let's say now, our people are known for Afrobeat. Yeah. Let's go with Afrobeat. Don't just wait and you do one or two, it's not working, and say, let me try my piano. Then before you know, everybody, I'm a piano artist, I'm a piano artist. Then after 10 years or something, then let's do kwasa kwasa. Then everybody kwasa kwasa, like that kind of thing. We will not grow because you will just be moving from one genre to other and all that. So let's stick to what we are known for now, and let's see how we can grow it.
Pasa. Well, Kobe, Judgman, what do you also think about SS directive?
First of all,
do you know him?
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah,
okay.
My time.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Kobe.
Upon listening or watching to him, that one clearly tells that he knows much about the Ghana music.
I know.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah,
He's been here for a very long time.
Information has even confirmed that he stayed here, so possibly he might know a whole lot of stuff about the music.
He does.
There's one thing that I love that I'll always love, I want to hammer on. That is our root. Always I say, irrespective of we doing Afrobeat, doing other genres that are doing well, but we shouldn't run away from our identity. It still doesn't change the whole narrative when you go out there and you let the world know that you are a high life artist or maybe a hip life artist, but better still you're doing an Afrobeat song. It doesn't change the whole thing. But that is one thing that our people, I don't know, they feel shy or maybe they are afraid to announce. And I believe if it was something that we were consciously doing it, we would have sold the high life genre or maybe the hip life genre. Right now, if you are talking about hip life, we can only identify the likes of J.W. Angbele and our old legends. I mean, Daddy Lumba and Co. But the young ones are more or less doing this kind of stuff. And most of their songs, even Afrobeat that you are doing now, Uti Afrobeat now, Nyeme Bebre Woman, high life influence. So what's changing the narrative? Say, cancel. I'm a high life artist, but the song that I'm doing is an Afrobeat. Of course, it doesn't.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah. Especially when you go out of our borders.
Yes.
So just accept the fact, say, so long as I'm a Ghanaian and I'm coming from a Ghana, we know if it is not hip life, it is high life. But it doesn't stop you from doing a piano song. Shatawale says he's a dancer, but my level is a hip life song. Most of his song was hip life song and even high life songs. So it doesn't stop you, but irrespective of any kind of genre that you're doing, don't run away from our identity. And that is what sometimes I feel sad about it, hearing our own people always making it to look like, oh yeah, high life. I said, what do you watch him?
You're crossing.
Yeah, we're crossing. And I to say, what do you win the
what Trump to say katabas.
So and no, so any year how I will come we don't appreciate what is ours. Yawaha and a VGM assembly. People had nominations, but they didn't post. But they got international nomination, they post. This is the same problem that you'll be talking about. You impaired you, but you're back of phobia. But you're going to I can support.
I'm saying
I can support, but see how they are doing.
Early days, yes.
No, sometimes you feel sad. Say Ghana ni yadia, Ghana ni pass over one like. But so kwa bontini dieno na nyenya no aka say member me feel hosa. It is very sad. So before all this conversation that we'll be talking about, let's win this, let's go this, until we realize this is our own, we defend it and protect it. The conversation or the story will always be like support. Oh, because nipa na wone kwa compete no. Irrespective of the grounds still the waja to say he is defending it or what protecting it. Into who they now what they ban. Are you still defending it, or do you still have the grounds that can make you stand on whatever decision that you are making? And that is it. So mama enjoy sadina yenka your boom when it comes to this kind of
discussion.
Agenda. And I'm also using your platform because I know Sammy Flex, that this platform is very huge. A lot of people watch it, and there's so many comments that I get from out there that what most things that we do here educate the people out there and they love what you are doing. So I know those people at outside the country, when they get opportunity to let us all preach about this our identity thing. Let's change the status quo, how we see things in the. Let's change it, and let's start. It is not late yet. With talent.
No, it is not late. I agree.
With talent wise, but I mean, me say whatever Nigerians are doing, they should take it or leave it. They learn it from us. When Osibise and Co was playing live and touring the world.
The other day when I was doing the Sammy Flex Connect on Sunday, one guy called, I think Maxwell Samuel also called that what Burna Boy is doing is not extraordinary.
Yeah.
By giving someone like Samini a chance, Samini can do exactly
even
what
better.
Burna Boy is doing. And
I know I'm one person, but when Osibise and the lines were playing, going to.
It says Samini, put Samini on a band like they put Burna Boy.
Who should put Samini on a band? Who put Burna Boy? No. This one, well, let's do it another time.
Okay.
Wrap
up.
Just as I'm saying, we should find our identity. We already have it, but it's not too late. Let's correct some of the errors and defend and protect the high life. If it is not high life, if it's a high life now, still the hip life is from the high life, of which we still have the root. And defend and protect it. And yes, sir, a time will come, the next generation will even come, they will never even have anything to even read about it. Afrobeat in Nigeria fire documentary, high life, there's nothing to prove about. So right, and Nigerians, they should always stop making it seem say we don't know anything. Say they always make us look savior because they've gotten some opportunity playing or filling some bigger auditorium. So Ghanaians master, we are masters on our own. The last time Nigeria even attempted doing that same thing here in Ghana, he failed. So they should stop that kind of stuff that they do.
My guy Vexo.
Yeah,
Eze in what Dinobi.
As a one. That's I mean, the man who Abobra Ghana.
Oh, he's done a lot.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Eze has done a lot.
And he still looks young and fresh.
The movies and stuff.
I mentioned all that.
He's done. He still looks young and fresh. It's nice. For his statement, I think I partly agree with him. Some of them, I think, I don't want to say it is too late, but then we can still revamp it. But the only way we can revamp it is to prove it is commercially viable. That is the hip life.
Revamp it with rich people.
Exactly. That is why I'm saying, in order for you to get the people, you have to first of all prove that it is commercially viable, and that proof is the bone of contention, is the headache here. In fact, the hip life journal that he's talking about, you see, when we were reading even the new listings that the Grammy did, they did not recognize hip life, but they recognized the Ghanaian drill that came not long ago. But they did not recognize hip life. You understand?
Hip life that has been with us for
I think it's
hip life.
Yeah, high life, hip life, and drill.
No.
After high life, the next one is hip life.
After high life, it is
no. There is no high life. There's no hip life. Sorry.
After high life,
hip hop. South African hip hop.
Yes,
is there.
South African hip hop.
Really?
No. There is no high. There's no hip life.
There is no hip life.
Oh, okay.
Hip life is not in.
So you see, it will be a little difficult. It will be a little difficult, or if not very difficult, a little difficult. But I agree with him when he says we should stick to one thing and be consistent with it. That I totally agree. Because when you look at the downshoot of Azonto and hip life, it is out of inconsistency. The fact that people didn't want to associate themselves with it, and sometimes they would. I know the musicians would want to blame the whole industry and especially the fans for not supporting them
for a crime that they did not commit.
Of course, that is where my cry is. Because all these journals, let's check how they came and which people even named them. It's not the fans who named them. You are the people who name these things. So for you to sustain it, it will take you.
Trip-hop, hip-con.
Yes, you are the same people who name these things. The people are just there. You do things, they get excited over it, and you give them the name. Oh, this food that I am preparing, it is called this. This song that I am preparing, it is called that. But at a point, you now develop some level of different consciousness, and you want to jump onto something. Now, the musicians all choose survival over the bigger picture.
Of course.
Then at the end of the day, they will come and blame the consumers for not consuming something that they themselves left behind.
They'll say you don't support.
And where is the support? When you do something, that is when the people will support you. You don't do the thing, you want them to go and still go and support you. If you don't identify yourself as a hip life artist, you want people to support you as a hip life artist. How? So me, yes, I agree with him that when it comes to being consistent with a genre, now by the grace of God, we've been able to be consistent on the high life genre, and it has gained roots.
Yeah.
Now it has gained more than roots. Now it is growing branches. Yes, it is growing branches, and it is even erupting in other people's genre. So that one there, if we let this one two go, like Hip Life and Azonto, we are as good as like we are dead. We are down flat. There is nothing that we can identify ourselves with again and again, because if we let High Life also go, I am asking myself that now that everybody, even somebody who has won 5-time reggae, now it is even 6 reggae dancehall artist of the year, not song, artist of the year self, is being introduced as an Afrobeat and Afropop artist. So if we have about 1,000 upcoming musicians who are looking up to him, and because this person is being introduced as an Afro-pop artist, they all want to identify. How many people are going to identify with the high life? And at the end of the day, it will get to a point, it will not be commercially viable like the hip life. Then we will have to drop it and go and chase another thing. So that one, I agree with Eze1. And he's been in the industry for a long time. In fact, he's even invested.
Oh yeah, heavily.
So, yes, so when he's speaking,
heavily,
yes, it carries some, he has information, like he's experienced in what he's saying. So I agree with him that when it comes to being consistent and identifying yourself with something so you can keep it, I agree with him that yes, that is the downfall of a genre like hip life. But that being said, it is still not late for us to still document it or have something to show for it. Else it will still be word of mouth until maybe God knows when that it will erupt again. Then we start doing it.
Well, Eze, thanks for your concern. Thanks for being a contributor to Ghana's arts industry. In fact, you've done a yeoman's job, and some of us here in Ghana, we appreciate you a lot. Personally, I've chopped from Eze because then times he was advertising in my newspaper, Flex newspaper. So when it comes to Eze, me I chop money from him. I'll be writing promotional stories for him. He'll pay me and all those things. So Eze, big ups to you for supporting Ghana's industry. Now, to our very last story, then we run away from here. I want us to look at why Black Sherif was not nominated in the BETs. As a matter of fact, many people thought Black Sherif was one of our best shots, more than even Camido, who has been nominated. And it comes as a shock to many. So, Camido's manager, George Britton, was asked why he thinks Black Sherif did not get the nod for the BETs, but man like Camido did. And he said something in this story. I'm going to read it. So when I come back, we will continue to discuss it and ask my people that how best can we push the young star? Like he has a song, pray to the young star, and that song is a great song. So we are sure going to pray him to get there. Let me read the story, Richie, if the story is ready. Let me read it, and I'll come back and ask my people if they agree with Camido's manager. It says, Camido's manager explains why Black Sherif wasn't nominated for BET Awards nomination. And the story reads, many have since been wondering why Black Sherif missed out on the 2023 BET Awards for the Best New International Act category. Black Sherif has been tipped to earn a nomination at this year's BET Awards due to his massive achievements during the year under review. However, Kamido, as an artist who equally rose to the standard, has been nominated. The Sugarcane Crooner was the only Ghanaian nominated for the Best International Act category, and many wondered why Black Sherif wasn't a part of it. Touching on the development, Kamido's manager, George Britton, in an interview with Cape Coast Castle FM said, Cape Coast FM rather. Cape Coast FM said, of course, Black Sherif won the Artist of the Year at the 2023 VGMA, and usually, if you win such an award, then you get the BET Awards nomination. But for some time now, it doesn't happen like that, like it used to be some years ago. So things have changed a bit in that regard, he added in an interview mynewsgh.com cited. Now they look at what you are also doing in their space. I mean, internationally, what is your song doing? So that is some of the things they consider, and that's how come they considered Kamido for nomination instead of Black Sherif. He justified on the show. Now they realized Sugarcane was huge in Europe, Asia, and everywhere they go. That's the reason we got recognized by such a prestigious organization. Still talking about who really got the international appeal. Black Sherif in the year under review. Kamido, like if we had to weigh the two of them, and George Mensah Britton's explanation. Do we agree with him fully, or maybe you might have some other points to also share? Kobe, you start this one for me.
I think I don't agree with him. Looking at the year under review, I don't know the reasons to which Black Sherif was not nominated for the BET. But to talk about impact in terms of the two artists, there's no way we can compare Kamido,
to Black Sherif.
No. Unless maybe we want to deceive ourselves.
Black Sherif even played a show in UK.
Yeah, sure.
He played with the UK something orchestra in the year under review.
Yeah, so I think he's trying to be sorry, but he's trying to be biased one way or the other. Yeah, he's trying to be biased one way or the other. But see, Shemi Pa, Juma Pa, comparing the two artists in terms of appeal, in terms of impact, in terms of even events and stuff, Black Sherif did all the magic. But just as I'm saying, mean to me and Cherese, it is A, B, C, D. Intina, Ebia, Blacko, and to me, Anya nomination. But whatever being it, Kamido too, upon seeing some of his stuff too, he has equally worked very hard and he deserved that nomination. So I think it is Ghana. If Blacko couldn't make it, Kamido is also a Ghanaian and he's also putting Ghana on the map. So why don't we forget about the other, narrative, say we are Black or Nyanti, that is it and that. And I mean, for me, Shrimpo Anka, Sa 7 Panka, and we here said Anka George Becker. Because you should have more or less skip that question or maybe find a better way to address. But to say Sugarcane remix no refix no a magic send then and say or when it be on no one can any reason or they can't about. To me, dear, I don't agree.
Well, Chabo, we are closing.
Yeah. I will also disagree with him on the basis that his explanation did not cut it for me like that. I mean, he said that when you get VGMAs, you are likely to get it back.
Yeah, in fact, those times there was something like that. Yeah. Like, even it was not confirmed. That thing was not confirmed.
It was not confirmed, but it was happening periodically.
Yeah, so. It was happening, but at that time, the winners of the VGMAs were on top of their games.
So it means they were also recognized there.
Yeah. Yes. So if they have not changed anything, if Blacko did not get any nomination, I'm thinking since the BET people are not coming out, we can just give our opinions or try to speculate what we think is the reason. And George did so, like he was just trying to guess or speculate that okay, I think this is the reason why he did not. But I disagree with him. I think there's more to it than that. Me, the last time I was thinking is because they didn't file, and then you I think I got the information that you don't have to file. They will recognize you, then you accept it. And if that thing happened, well, maybe Blacko rejected it, or maybe when they look at the year under review, for them, he's now coming and they want to see more. Maybe that's why he didn't get nomination. But we can also disqualified or not recognize Kamido's impact. I think Kamido, he has done well in the scene. The year under review, I think he has done well. His hit song, the obvious Sugarcane was everywhere.
The remixes and all.
The remix and everything was all over the place. So I think he deserves it. But the reason why Blacko didn't get nomination, I disagree with him. Just that I still can't say for sure that these are the reasons why he didn't get it. But George Britain's explanation didn't go well for me. I would disagree. I think there's more to it than what he's saying or the explanation that he's giving.
Okay, Ro, we are wrapping up. Quick one.
George Britain was politically correct with his answer. He was politically correct. In fact, technically speaking, he is not the one to answer for BET. And BET nominating Kamido did not put their explanations out.
So why did he not say, I don't know?
Of course, but he also represents somebody that has been nominated. So yes, you know somebody who is in his camp has been nominated, yet you want to ask why someone else wasn't nominated. He would still answer your question, but let you know why the person who was nominated was nominated. So he did not say Blacko did not work. He did not say Blacko's song is not big. He just said that his songs or the songs of his artist has done exploits. That's the thing he said.
Black Sherif.
Whether Black Sherif, you are mentioning Black Sherif. You see, you are mentioning Black Sherif.
Yeah.
Somebody else will also mention another artist. So now George Britain would have to answer to every artist that you bring up. No, because you've mentioned Black Sherif right now. What if he answers with Black Sherif and you bring another artist? Then that means he has to answer for all of them. No, he would rather tell you what his artist has done. It doesn't mean that the other artists that you're asking about did not do anything. But he is telling you the exploits that his song has done. So me has answered here. I think it is politically correct for me because he did not say anything to downgrade the effort of Black Sherif either. Because he wasn't even emphatic to say that, oh, our song was bigger and better than Black Sherif's own. No. His answer was directed to Kamido's song, Kamido and his songs, and the things that those songs have done. So you are bringing Black Sherif. Maybe with him giving you the statistics of what Sugarcane has done, you can also bring, if you have any statistics of or any data of Black Sherif, you can also bring it to come and counter what he just said. But since you didn't bring it, then indirectly you also agree to the fact that Kamido has done better or did better than Black Sherif.
I see.
So me there, I like the answer. It is out.
But are you surprised Black Sherif did not get nomination?
Well, a little bit, but I am not too surprised. I am not too surprised because out of nowhere there were other people that we also see hoping they would get nomination. Then Black Sherif was nominated. That was somewhere last year. There were other people that we also tipping to have earned nomination, but they didn't get, and Black Sherif out of the blue also earned nomination. So that one there, I know some of these things come with lots of surprises. Let's dig and see the reason why. But if we tend to ask people like George Britain, who has a foot in there, he will not say something that will make any other person look good. He will say things that will make his camp look good. And that is what he said.
Wow, so better luck next time to someone like Black Sherif. We know in the year under review, he worked extremely hard. But unfortunately, as fate would have it, he lost the nominations. let's see what will happen to Camido, and it is our hope that he wins. Now that he's calling on the president and the ministers and Ghanaians and entertainment people and everybody to come through. Let's see how best this results will go for him. Once again, we wish him well, and voting has started. Let's all go support him and see how best he can bring it home. That is, if we support him. On this note, I'll say thanks to Intim Dodu Solomon Chamo. I'll say thanks to Kobe Josman, as well as to Roland Amate, and to Digital Rasta Currency, who is on camera, and Richie Flex, editor director of the show. Thanks for being a part of it. My name is Sammy Flex. Have you shared your comment yet? If you've not done that, well, now that the video is over, you can put down your comments. We'll read them, and we will respond to you accordingly if you have to. Just follow the guidelines. Yeah. Hey, Sunday Connect will still be happening, so you guys should wait for it on Sunday. Let's connect and do some more. Good night. We are out of here.